Have you ever seen someone give a comment that says, do better on social media? I thought it would be helpful to have a video that explains where Dr. Do Better and the Do Better movement and the Do Better collective and all of the use of Do Better came from, so that folks who are following me and participating in the work that we're doing here understand that this is not a shame-based environment, but more an environment focused on growth and learning. My name's Dr. Megan, and I guide people in growing, learning, and cultivating compassion and curiosity. And in 2018, I started the Do Better movement, which was focused on professional development for behavior analysts specifically. However, many parents and teachers and related service providers participated as well. In that movement, we hosted free webinars and had a whole schedule of events that we did for the entire year of 2018. What's really interesting, and I'll put some pictures in here, is that I actually started talking about this concept of Do Better way back in 2011. I have pictures of, but I think even before then, my whole entire career since I started as a behavior analyst has been focused on, okay, I've learned this thing, now how can I do it better? What can I do to improve this thing so that it's the most effective for my clients? What additional learning do I need to engage in? And when I decided to create the Do Better movement in 2018, I took all of the various things that I had been consistently teaching people about, and that was our initial schedule for 2018. Now here we are in 2024, 6 years later, and we have been continuing to cover those topics and more, and continuing to focus on helping people grow and learn both within the field of behavior analysis and really anyone who is interacting with and teaching either children or adults, so that they can do better in the work that they're doing. It's not a shame-based, like, oh, you need to do better type interaction. It's, we've learned this thing, now what can we do to improve upon what we've learned? And the original idea, especially in behavior analysis, is the work we do, the things that we acquire, especially in grad school, are really powerful and effective. And it's still not enough, especially with being a human service delivery field. There's so much that people don't learn in graduate school about seeing the human in front of them, being affirming and honoring of that, individualizing and analyzing how best to make use of our science, especially within the environment that they're working. So a lot of the work that we do at the Do Better Collective and in the presentations and trainings that I do is focused on all of that. In 2020, someone pointed out to me that the phrase do better, you know, comes from Maya Angelou, when you know better, you can do better. And we often have people send that phrase to us as well. So I do always want to acknowledge that for many people that they initially heard that phrase, only when we know better can we do better, or variations of that from a speech that Maya Angelou gave, and give her credit for this idea of the more inspirational, growing, and learning piece of Do Better. For me specifically, that wasn't my inspiration, but I know it is for many people, and it's very important to acknowledge the work that she's done and the information that she's put out there with that phrase as well. I hope at some point in society we can get back to a focus on growth and learning with the phrase do better, and continuing to push that forward instead of the more shame-based way that you'll see it being used. So if you like the idea of being a person that's continuously learning and growing, then I encourage you to follow along and see what we're up to here.